live, so we'll just tune back for a moment to check we got sound.
Yeah, man. Makes sense too. We all tried it.
Because
Makes sense too.
it does always help if you've got a bit of sound. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So we'll just tune.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Shoot Some Shale, powered by D&D Media. And sooner or later, we will have Ed Sheeran or Barack Obama introducing us. How lucky are we? Yes, this is the second part of our double header. So I'd like to welcome back onto the show Mr. Dylan, and he's back for double duty again. How lucky are we, Alan?
And we are going to cross straight to Alan actually
Good
for an
night.
update from Sheffield because he's eager to go. But first, Al, we need the resultant scorers from Ipswich earlier.
So the final score at Ipswich and Kings Lynn was Ipswich 53, Kings Lynn 37. And the individual scores were Jason Doyle 12 plus 2 from 5, Danny King 7 from 4, Adam Ellis 5 plus 1 from 4, Tom Brennan 6 from 4, Emil Saifudinoff 12 and a bonus from 5, Dan Thompson 9 from 5, and Jordan Jenkins 2 plus 1 from 3. And for the Kings Lynn Stars, Chris Harris 3 from 4, Yankovic 8 plus 1 from 6, Richard Lawson 9 from 5, Niels Christian Everson 6 and a bonus from 5, Nikolai Clint 11 from 7, and Ashton Bougen retired 3 times. Oh yeah, that was that one. And currently we are on heat number 10 at Sheffield, who are taking on the Belle Vue Aces. The first 2 heats went the way of the home team, taking 2 5-1s early doors to be 10-2 up after 2 heats. And then for the next 2 heats, it was 3 alls to then make the score 16-8. Sheffield then hit another 5-1 over Belle Vue to extend their lead to 21 points to 9. Belle Vue hit back with a 5-1 in heat 6 to make the scores 22-14. And then there was a further 2 5-1s for Sheffield to extend the lead to 32 points to 16. And then in heat number 9, it was a 4-2 to Sheffield to make the current scores Sheffield 36, Belle Vue 18. And I'm just being told it was another 5-1 to Sheffield in heat number 10, courtesy of Jack Holder and Anders Rowe, to make the current score Sheffield 41, Belle Vue 19. After 10 heats.
Oh,
Ouch.
this is brilliant.
It's not very good, is it?
Not for Belle Vue fans, it's not.
Good job we're not Belle Vue fans, innit?
I'll let you two boys run through the two team lineups for this one, and then we'll do our orders to watch in a bit. Palmer.
Which team do you want, Mr. Palmer?
I'll do Birmingham because I hate Oxford.
Okay, well, take us away.
We'll start with the visitors.
Start with the visitors. One moment. You might need to give me a minute to find it.
Oh my god.
You need me to send you the graphic?
No, hold on. Just give me 1 second. I'll have it. Stupid BS.
It's literally on the screen, pal.
Got it. So, for the Oxford Spires, it's Matt Zianowski at number 1. Eric Riss rides at number 2. Charles Wright goes at 3. Peter Kilderman goes at 4. Rowan Tungate goes at 5. Craig Cook at number 6. And Luke Colleen rides at number 7.
Mr. Dill, your Oxford Spire to watch.
Rowan Tungate. He always goes well at Perry Barr, as we found out last year. So I think he'll carry on where he started this morning or early this afternoon.
Al, your Spire to watch.
I'm going to go for Craig Cook. I think if he can perform like he did earlier on and at least get some good points on the board, then I think he'll be one to watch at reserve.
I've got for Charles Wright. Might not necessarily be one to watch on the track, but it'd be funny to watch him getting booted out the pits for having a fag. So for Birmingham, then number 1 is Tobias Buslyak. At number 2, then they'll sign in Paco Castagna. At number 3, Jordi Jepsen. At 4, Keenan Rue. Number 5, Michael Jepsen Jensen. 6, Daniel Hume. 7, Jason Edwards. Al, who's your man to watch?
I'm going to go for Michael Jepsen Jensen. He's very good earlier on, and if he can carry that form over tonight's match at Birmingham, he'll be one to watch.
Not hungry, Al, just disappointed. Who have you gone for, Mr. Dill?
Keenan Rue. He's been really good at home this season. Wasn't brilliant earlier on, but I think he'll be fine in this one.
And Al's copied me, because I've gone for... Oh, no, I didn't. I went for Jordi Jepsen. I thought I went for Jepsen Jensen. Al, I'm still disappointed in you, but no, I think Jordi Jepsen's doing a good meeting, and I reckon tonight could be that night, especially at his home patch.
Why were you disappointed in me?
Did you went for the easy option?
It was between him and Castagna, but I think he just edged it.
Fair enough, at least you're honest. Well done.
But yeah, two exciting looking teams. Got to say. And hopefully Birmingham will have a better run than they did earlier.
It wasn't the worst meeting in the world earlier today. There was some decent racing for Oxford for a change, and obviously the Spires bringing an 8-point aggregate lead to the Midlands tonight. I am hoping to be here in the Midlands in 2 weeks, on Monday the 19th of May 2025. When Ipswich turn up for a meeting. Dill will be joining us again very shortly. He's just out on his little hollybobs at the current point in time, so there's just me and Alan for another 4 minutes. And he's due back into his accommodation for the evening.
Yep. I'm just keeping an eye on this Belle Vue match. Partly Bewley's in as attack sub in 11, to the surprise of nobody.
He really, the 22 points down already, just like, you know, give up, kill them now.
I kind of want a 5-1 to Sheffield just for the fun.
I think that would be quite pleasant. Yes, I agree. I'll play.
Sorry to all Belle Vue fans watching.
Oh, we haven't got any fans, Al.
Well, fair enough.
So it's been a very busy day of racing today. Oh, well, it wasn't quite a 5-1 mush, but it's in the big
3-0,
group
but we'll
chat.
take it. We'll take it.
You do the talky bit for that.
So Heat 11 was at 3 each with, I believe Dan Bewley won in that heat, with Lewis Kerr in second and Chris Holder in third to make the current scores 44 to Sheffield, 22 to Belle Vue.
Who was last again, Bush, for that one?
Brady Kurtz.
And
You know it's bad when you've got Kurtz and Bewley in the same heat and still can't get a 5-1.
a bit later on this evening, probably starting, I'd imagine, in about an hour or so. The Steelers of Sheffield and Scunthorpe take on the Belle Vue Colts in the National League, in which I will provide updates as best as I can, and I'll just give you a lineups now real quick while I've got it on my mobile screen. Nathan Ablett goes at number 1 for the Steelers, Luke Harrison at number 2, Nicky Simpson at 3, Vinnie Ford makes his debut for the Steelers at number 4, Luke Harrison goes at 5, Harrison Rogers goes at 6, and Jamie Etherington rides at number 7. For the Belle Vue Colts, William Cairns goes at number 1, rider replacement at number 2, Jack Schramelt at number 3, Cooper Rusher guesting at number 4. He's had more guest bookings than Chris Harris. At number 5 is Freddie Odder, at number 6, Harry Fletcher, and at number 7, Billy Budd. So, this could, to be fair, this could be the closest match of every meeting that's happened today.
Yeah, it could be. How good have Sheffield Steelers been going, is the question.
The Scunthorpe and Sheffield Steelers have had one meeting so far this season. That was a 46-44 winner up to the Middlesbrough Tigers.
And they're at home against Belle Vue.
And they're at the second home today against Belle Vue, because the Steelers have 2 homes, which is why they haven't really got a first name. They're just called the Steelers.
I think this could be an interesting meeting.
This meeting will be good. Are you having a score prediction, Al?
Well, I'm going to go 49-41 to Sheffield.
I said for this meeting, Al.
Oh, sorry. Well, wrong match. Wrong match in my head. Let's go. I'm going to have faith in the Brummies. Let's go 50-40 to the Brummies. I'm going to go ambitious.
I think I said something similar in the group chat this morning, so I'll just agree with Al. It's easier. It's a lot easier.
Well, Mr. Palmer, if Brady Kurtz doesn't score in his next race, he's just won himself a new car.
Has he been that crap all night?
Well, he hasn't scored a point from 3 rides. If he gets that again in his next one, he's got himself a new Audi.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we've just got an interview on screen with us, with Magic Jadowski. Dill will probably be returning before Heat 1, I would imagine, so it'll be normal normal gigs like it was earlier today. And you get a sense from Birmingham that it must be a must-win meeting.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to win this one because they've not had much success recently.
Jadowski thinking, sod the speedway, I'm going to do a bit of grass tracking at Birmingham here.
So riding this, I want to keep up with the Belle Vue Sheffield match. That seems more interesting.
That grass has been cut impeccably well at Birmingham. Fair play to the grass cutter.
However that may be.
Who's texting me now? Daniel Winchester said he's tuned in. How very exciting. Your loyalty card is on the way. It's in a bottle in the ocean somewhere.
The Riders are heading back to pits.
Yeah, riders are getting back into the pits for getting themselves ready for the opening race of this contest.
Am I right to say?
Peter Goldberg could have cleared his Kevlars first.
Am I right to say that's friend of the channel, Mr. Dugmore, on the gate?
And Sid in the background walking into the pits in the red overalls.
He appears. Mr. Dill's back from his trip to the shop on his holiday. How was it?
Cold. Very cold. What have I
Yeah,
missed?
fair enough.
What a boy, he decided to end his bank holiday weekend away by watching some Birmingham Speedway action.
That's put me in the bad books mush, I'm telling you. Oh well.
He decided to watch some Birmingham Speedway action with the boys. What a man.
Legend.
Couldn't leave you with Alan on a watch along, could I?
Well, you've got to appoint me old China. You've got to.
I tell you what, Dale. I'll mute up now and I'll let you two do your thing.
What a gem, Alan. What a gem. Dugmore's in shorts. It ain't that bloody warm. It's rather nippy tonight. Everywhere.
It's a bit chilly and sunny scunny, to be honest, Bush.
It's a bit cooler everywhere than last week, isn't it?
It is nice, so it's nice not being in 24-degree heat all the time.
Yeah.
Although the temperatures are rise for the weekend. I think when I look for the forecast for Scuddy on Friday, it's meant to be like 22 degrees.
That's comfortable, you know. It's not too bad. It's when it gets to like 26, 27, as you know, Palmer, neither me nor you were built for this weather.
Oh, the neighbours are having some very zesty cigarettes in their back garden.
Have they got some of the good stuff on the go?
So if I start talking and I sound like I'm high as a kite, it's the neighbour's fault.
Nothing to do with cold and flu remedy.
Oh, nothing to do with... Oh, that's the point. Actually, I need to take some tablets, actually. It's been well over 4 hours since I had the last lot. We don't promote drug use, by the way, but if you've got some drugs, you may as well just use them up. You haven't got them just to sit in your cupboard to look pretty. I'm glad you reminded me.
See, that's what we're here for. We'll bring Alan back in after. See, what a boy Al is. I'm on holiday and he's still stepping aside to let me jump in for the main gig. What a boy. Birmingham are off 1 and 3 in heat number 1. Paco use them rip and roll goggles, the ones where you pull the tear off across rather than pulling it out?
Probably. A lot of riders are going down that route now.
Freddie does it, doesn't he? It's just like a strip across rather than an actual tear off, innit?
I think a lot of GP riders are using them now.
Yeah. Sebastian Chabalski on the first place, Matt Sayanovsky. Talking of Matt Sayanovsky, heat number 1, the lineup going off the inside gate in blue for the Brummies, Paco Castagna, gate 2 in yellow for the Spires, Eric Riss, who was fantastic in the earlier meeting, gate 3 in red is Tobias Mishlek, and off the outside in white is the aforementioned Matt Sayanovsky, in memory of Speedway Nut. This is sponsored by, in the Birmingham stream, Fair Play Speedway Nut. Oh boy.
Who is now dead.
Well,
R.I.P.
Yeah. I am so
start marshal then. About to get these boys underway for heat number 1. Tape spreads where you go. It's a very good start there for the rider off the inside gate there. Paco Castagna. Muselak's been forced out wide by both the Oxford Spires, and now Muselak looks to come up the inside here of Eric Riss. And he's done so nicely, and now the challenge was on for Janowski, and Muselak stood it. This is a very rare occasion here. The Brummies on a 5-run on their own patch. The Brummies looking to start off then with a bag here in heat number 1. Paco Castagna's out there in front. He knows this track like the back of his hand. He's a legend in this part of the country. as we go into the third map, I think it is. Birmingham still on a 5-1. Janoski's trying to make some chase up on Tobias Butek, but it's not quite working out for the geezer, and Eric Riss is tired off a bit down towards the back. But Paco Castagna here out in front, showing the Birmingham fans why the management have re-signed him, and he's done better in this one meeting than what he's done all day earlier and for Edinburgh on Friday.
Fantastic start from Paco there off the inside, rode that inside line well. Toby got forced out a little bit wider than I think he'd have liked. Cut back smart under Eric Riss and then just dive bomb Matt Sajanovski off the inside of 3 and 4. Took him a little bit by surprise, I think.
Yeah,
Riss all out of shape there actually. Brilliant move from Toby though. And the dream start for the Brummies, which has been lacking in recent meetings at Perry Barr. The boys have started a little bit slow in Heat 1, not tonight. The result of Heat number 1 was a win for the rider in blue, Paco Castagna. Second in red, Tobias Michalek. And third in white, Matsej Janowski. 5 to the Brummies, 1 to the Spires. Makes the progressive scores 45 points to 46 points to 50. Narrows the gap down from 8 to 4 on the aggregate bonus point.
I'll allow you to do the aggregate bonus points because maths isn't my thing.
I won't be adding it up the entire time. Don't you worry about that.
What a boy. I can't remember what the score was in the first meeting.
41-49 to Oxford.
That's the one. Riders coming on track then for heat number 2. Daniel Hume making his home return here at Perry Barr Stadium.
1 and 3 worked very well for the Brummies there. I don't think Luke Killian's raced a whole lot here, to be honest. I would have been there tonight if I weren't away, but it's sometimes nice to have a breakaway, especially with so many bank holidays in recent times.
Big up the Banky Owls. Yeah, it's only 3 weeks to the next one.
Full lineup of heat number 2, going off the inside gate in white for the Spires. Recent recruit Craig Cook. Gate 2 in red for the Brummies is Daniel Hume. Gate 3 in yellow, Luke Killian. And off the outside in blue, better meeting first time out for him earlier today, Jason Edwards.
Yeah, 100%. And would you say that the more championship meetings Jason Edwards is now getting has bolstered his confidence for this league?
I do think you're right. I hope this media girl gets out of the way quickly with the start marshal getting the riders into line. Start marshal calls them up and the media person so obliges as well.
Dallas eating a cornetto, what a boy.
1 and 3 work perfectly for the Brummies there, don't they? Let's
great.
see if these continue in that vein. Jason Edwards will have to settle. Parmatt takes away for 2, boss.
So as Jason Edwards comes to the tapes and the start marshal gets him into order and he walked away, so we're waiting now for the tapes to rise, just like that. They have done. That's a beautiful gate there from Jason Edwards, but he's been forced out wide, and Luke Killeen also forced out wide to reverse the 5-1. The Brummies had in heat number 1, but Daniel Hume looks to come up the inside here of Luke Killeen. Beautiful move. Luke Killeen's on his backside like he always is in every meeting that he rides on. And the Reds are out. Oh, Luke Killeen, you are useless.
He was throwing his arms around then, but for me, Daniel's done nothing wrong, and I'd say that if the roles were reversed as well.
If Luke Killeen could do us all a favour and go back to Australia, that would be greatly appreciated.
Oxford had made a perfect start. Cookie was away and gone. Killian made a good start. Daniel Hume comes up the inside, but he's passed.
Daniel comes up the inside there,
absolutely
but he's
no contact. No contact at all. Killian's miles out of shape and falls on his own. The rider in yellow should be going for that. Throwing his arms around, it was his own fault.
That was a very delayed reaction from the curly bop top there.
The ref will probably want to see these replays. They are allowed replays this season from club streams as well as BSN. good move from Daniel to come up the inside, but that would have been where there's contact and there's none. Killeen's fall is so delayed. He's in control when Daniel's past him. He falls on his own, and there's only one decision to be made there, in my opinion.
Exactly. It was a very delayed reaction from Luke Killeen. Killeen's gone back into the pits. Albeit, I think his bike is still out on the track. I'm not too sure if it is or not. And another replay, because Brummies TV loves to spoil us with these replays.
Some tracks you don't get any. Brummies, you get 4 from the same incident. Killeen's under power when Daniel passes him. If he'd have gone there, he may have had half a chance of an appeal, but he's nowhere near him by the time he falls off. And there is again only one decision to be made there.
There is a decision to be made. I'll have a look on the interweb, see if they've...
I'd imagine it's Luke Killeen that's out, 'cause Daniel's on the track, and Killeen's bike has now gone back into the pits.
That does make sense. Birmingham Brummies versus Oxford.
Well, we've got a minute. Should we quickly bring Alan in for an update from Sheffield?
Go on then.
I'll put that cornetto down, son.
Thank you, boys. Well, we are 13 heats gone, and the scores are the Bellevue Aces got a 4-2 in heat number 13 to make the scores 49 to Sheffield, 29 to Bellevue. Unfortunately, Curtis will not get his brand new Audi as he won that heat.
That's a shame.
Has Daniel been disqualified? He has. He's taking his stuff in.
That was the wrong call, but to be fair, Gary Allen's a referee, so would we expect anything less?
I think Daniel's out because Lawrence is throwing his arms in the air.
Oh, I thought there was a pits cab.
Daniel's off to the phone. So yeah, Daniel Hume is disqualified. How on earth has he been disqualified for that?
He shouldn't have been. There was clearly no contact. It was a very delayed reaction from Luke Killeen because he knows his crap.
That's an appalling decision.
Gary Allen needs to be looked at by the authorities. It's all on Jason Edwards now to do it off gate 4.
That's a Facebook post coming on right there.
Well, I'm going to have a look at this. But yeah, that was 100% the wrong decision. Speedway referees could be very frustrated at times. As we've been pushed off for the restart of heat number 2. If I was Daniel and Hume, I'd be going out there and doing a sit-down protest now.
The best part of this is I've got Luke Killeen and Daniel Hume on Facebook, so let's see if we get some drama. I don't give a shit. That was an appalling decision, and Luke Killeen's an embarrassment.
Have you put your post out yet?
I have put my post out. Too fucking right.
Oh, I've got to have a butcher's. Right. I'm giving it a ha-ha because I've just seen it. British Speedway referees, bring back Margaret Thatcher, you know, will be forgiven. Oh, God forbid we have Alan McNally.
Or one of us two.
Oh, Oxford would love me as a ref.
I'm sure they would, boss. The lineup of heat number 2 with the disqualification of the rider in red, Daniel Hume, Craig Cook off the inside in white, Luke Killeen gate 3 in yellow, and Jason Edwards off the outside in blue. This is sponsored by Auto Trim Tech, apparently. Don't know who they are, but... And now it's
Big
all
up
on
Auto
Jace.
Trim Tech.
There's a lot of pressure on Jason Edwards here.
Right. All three of us are Jason Edwards fans in this one. Can Jason Edwards do Mission Impossible? Who knows? We'll tell you in a minute. So start match has walked away. It's a decent start there from Jace, but both the Oxford boys have forced him out really, really wide there, and they've reversed the 5-1 that Birmingham got in heat number 1. Unless Luke Colleen does something stupid, which, let's be honest, it's Luke Colleen. He probably will. Edwards was closing in on Luke Colleen there, but Edwards is really just sticking to the curve, and he needs to move out a little bit wider. That's where the line is. Put his back wheel in the dirt, but he's very much an inside rider, which isn't going to help him because he gets very close here, as you can see on the. Well, you guys can't see it, but on the straights he gets very close. But then Luke Colleen just. Is Luke Colleen about to bid it himself again? He looks very, very uncomfortable. I won't go that far around him yet, Jace. He might fucking kill you. But as we go into the last lap now, and Craig Cook's out there. He's settled. He could go out and get a hot dog. Whereas Edwards tries he might. The curly mop chop brings it home for the Spires. Even though we shouldn't have been in the race.
And the result of heat number 2 is a win for the rider in white, Craig Cook, second in yellow, Luke Killeen, and third in blue, Jason Edwards. 1-5 to Oxford makes the progressive scores, Birmingham 47, Oxford 55 for the bonus point. Oxford did what they needed to from the start, really, to be honest. Jace made an okay start, but it's never easy coming off gate 4 early on, in particular at Birmingham. He had speed down the straights, but then almost lost whatever ground he'd made on the straights through the corners. So, yeah, difficult one for Jace there. But a rider that fell on his own, shouldn't have even been in the race, gets a paid win. What's Speedway without controversy, eh? 2 minutes to run for 3.
I would like to sincerely apologise if anybody heard any language in that one. It is live sport, and we do have high opinions on things, so little slip outs are going to occur. But we will do our best to keep these at an absolute minimum.
You sound very professional there. Very professional.
Thanks. Anybody else reacted to your post yet? No, just me.
Charles Wright had a decent meeting this morning, although Peter Kilderman tried to wipe him out in their first race together. Let's see how this one goes. The line-up of heat number 3 then going off the inside gate in blue for the Brummies, Keenan Rue. Gate 2 in white is Charles Wright. Gate 3 in red, Jonas Shepson. And off the outside in yellow, Peter Kilderman. Got a paid win in his first ride earlier, but failed to score from his subsequent races. I think Palmer's dead.
Sorry, I was just explaining in the group chat what happens to Luke Colleen because they're all asking, because I've put in there Colleen should never have been allowed back in Heat 2. Maybe Colleen's hair got in his eyes.
That was a shocking decision, that appalling decision.
Awful.
One of the worst I've seen for a while.
Jonas Shepson on his home track should prove to be better than what he was at Oxford earlier. As heat number 6 away we go. The tapes has been a brilliant start there for the red and blue, Keenan Rue. That rhymes that. With Jonas Shepson all over both of the Oxford Spires here, as Peter Kilderman looks to go really, really wide. Charles Wright just using the inside run at the minute, and Shepson's there or thereabouts. It's only going to take these two Oxford riders that look like they want to take each other out to the air fence diner, and Yepson will be through. So he's certainly on the pace for these boys, but Keenan Rue's out there looking very, very stylish out in front in heat number 3. Peter Kilderman, who looks a little bit like Jonathan Bethel, who's sitting there in second place, is starting to challenge Keenan Rue, but Keenan's done enough laps around here, I think, to just hold on to this lead with Charles Wright in third. Jonas Jepson has tailed off a bit at the back, so the scores are going to remain level on the night as Keenan Rue takes a win.
Killed the man looked quick there once him and Charles Wright had stopped racing each other.
They just want to take each other out to dinner, that's all.
Spires boys did well to pack in. Yepson was there early on. He made a really bad gate as well, to be honest, missed it by miles. Oxford fans will be a little bit more pleased with Peter Kilderman's performance. He looked to have a bit of speed there, to be honest.
I can't wait for Rob Paisley to give us shit.
Why?
Because he's going to defend Luke Killeen all night
Tell him
long,
to
isn't he?
open his fucking eyes and stop being a penis. Result of Heat 3 was a win for the rider in blue, Keenan Rue. Second in yellow, Peter Kilderman. And third in white, Charles Wright. So we got Rue in blue and Wright in white. Brilliant. Points divided 3 apiece, progressively 9 all. On the old aggregate, it is 50 points to 58 in Oxford's favour. We get to see Luke Killeen out again in Heat 4.
To be fair, Charlie's just said Daniel Hume was very unfortunate to be excluded in Heat 2, so
He was.
it's not just us that thinks this.
He was nowhere near and Killeen went on his own.
Alright, he could go on his own again in this one.
And you always get the feeling that he's like one false move away from stacking it and doing some damage. Like, he never looks comfortable, does he?
No, people say Vinnie Ford's a reckless rider, but he's not as reckless as what Luke Killeen is.
No. And Brian Tungate, who notoriously rides well at Perry Barr, he's out in white here. Jason Edwards retains his spot in blue. I could see Craig Cook coming in here, to be honest.
Well, Craig Cook wouldn't fall off when the pressure's on.
It's a good point. So far, there's no change to the lineup. And it is Luke Killeen. Jason Edwards goes off gate 1 in blue, Luke Killeen gate 2 in yellow, Michael Jepsen Jensen gate 3 in red, and Rowan Tungate goes off the outside in white. MJJ settled down now. He's got used to British Speedway again. Looked good earlier on as well today. Rowan Tungate had a tough start, but did start the meeting particularly well earlier and beat him from 2. Ran a last in 13, but it was a tough lineup, and he does go well at Perry Barr generally. So these meetings may have just fell at the right time for Tungate to start to rediscover some form.
Well, you say Tungate's decided to rediscover his form. He had a good meeting at home, but could have a crapper here away.
He could have an even better one here, though.
Well, yeah, you've got a very fair point. We'll soon see, because the start marshal walks away for heat number 4. The tapes rise, away we go. And Jason Edwards has got there first, and Luke Killeen's now trying to murder himself there, but it's the Brummies currently on a 5-1. Rowan Tungate is an absolute sack of shit. Luke Killeen, he's just about got round the third bend without putting himself in defence. Well done, Luke. Keep going. You've got to do this another 3 times in the race now. But Michael Jepsen Jensen leading by absolute example. Jason Edwards has settled down there nicely in the second place position. Luke Killeen is trying to...
If anything, Luke's holding Tungate up here.
Yeah, he's trying to race his own teammate. So... curly chops. What we're going to do with you, eh? Report you, that'd be nice. As we go into the last lap then of heat number 4, and the Brummies are going to take the lead again on the night with an absolute superb tapes to flag 5-1, barring any mechanical failures here. And that is a very solid 5-1 for Birmingham.
I'd like to see that start again. I think Jason Edwards may have creeped a touch. Brilliant ride from Michael Jepsen Jensen out in front. Jason Edwards brings the flag around for the supporters. I'm sure Jace was rolling. Yeah, he was.
He was.
And he gained an advantage, but the ref excluded Killeen when he shouldn't have, so if he's going to be shit for one side, he's got to be shit for the other, I suppose.
Daniel Hume mush.
Yeah, he excluded Daniel Hume even when Luke Killeen decided to stack it. So if he's going to be poor for one, he's going to be poor for both. Good ride from the Brummies reserve, and the result was a win for the rider in red, Michael Jepsen Jensen. Second in blue, Jason Edwards, and third in yellow, Luke Killeen. 5-1 to the Brummies makes the progressive scores 14 to Birmingham, 10 to Oxford, and 55 points to 59 on aggregate in Birmingham's in Oxford's favour. Al, you got anything from Sheffield, mate?
I do. The match is over at Sheffield. Heat number 14 was at 3-all, courtesy of a win for Zach Cook with Justin Sedgman and Lewis Kerr in second and third. And Heat 15 was lined up with Josh Pickering in red, Jack Holder in blue, Brady Kurtz in white, and Dan Bewley in yellow. And yes, gents, you know what you're thinking? It's a 5-1 to Sheffield to make the final scores. 57 to Sheffield, 33 to Belle Vue.
Blimey.
Beautiful.
Yep. Not a good day at the office for Belle Vue.
No, definitely not. I've deleted that
No,
post, Palmer. I can't be arsed with the shit that it'll bring when Luke Killeen decides to have a moan.
F-U-C-K, Luke Killeen. Nobody likes him unless you're an Oxford fan, and if you're an Oxford fan tuning in, I'm not sorry that you've got a little whiny teenager in your team. It's your own fault. You should sign better riders that don't just fall off when the pressure's on, like Craig Cook.
I noticed Jessup's been a bit quiet in the big chat. Other than
I
giving
do
the
wonder
results.
why.
I wonder as well. I do.
I do wonder. I mean, he normally sends loads of that one video, regarding that Ginger GP rider that's Australian.
He couldn't do that today.
Now everybody else is giving it to him instead.
And I feel like he
Which,
deserves
to be
it
fair,
as well.
the amount of times he gives it to us, I think,
He absolutely deserves it, I think. I'm interested to see how the Steelers get on. That meeting starts shortly as well, which I think Palmer is covering.
I'll cover some updates for that.
So Al just gets
Unless
to
Al
sit back
wants to.
Al just gets to sit back and enjoy the meeting now.
I mean, unless you want me to do the National League one, I don't mind.
You said
If you want to
earlier
do it, Al.
I mean, he did say earlier he wasn't overly invested in that.
I mean, we may as well make use out of Al while he's
May as
here.
well.
Do we have to?
Well,
Wow.
I feel like we've done our community service for the next 3 years today.
I mean, he's not wrong.
yeah, to be fair, he's got to put Al do updates of the Steelers versus.
Fair enough.
Al gets to sit
You-
back and
you-
just
you-
enjoy his evening and tune in from
You
time
just-
to time.
You just watch this meeting, Al. Go and get yourself another cornetto, the old China. Someone texted me. Who's texting me now?
It's probably the big group. Richard Hill's having a chin wag in there.
Fair enough.
They're showing highlights of Birmingham versus Leicester from last week. But we'll have a little break after heat number 7. We might as well keep it rolling now, because I imagine we'll be back underway with the action soon. It's been a good start, this meeting. A 5-1 for the Brummies, followed by a 5-1 to Oxford, then a 3-all, and then a 5-1 to the Brummies. It's been a more positive start for Birmingham than of recent times.
It has. And does this now fill you with a bit of confidence, thinking that the Brummies could finally get off the mark this time?
Ask me after heat 7.
Okay.
And we are back live 2 minutes I think are on. Yep, the 2 minutes light in the pits flashing. And it's Eric Riss and Matt Sainofsky versus the 3 and 4 for the Brummies.
That it is, yeah.
I ask that as a question because I imagine you've done your programme for this one.
Yeah, I have. I've done one this time.
So the lineup of heat number 5, lining up off the inside gate in yellow for the Spires, Eric Riss. Gate 2 in red for the Brummies, Jonas Jepsen. Gate 3 in white for the Spires is Matt Sainofsky. And off the outside in blue for the Brummies, Keenan Rue. Rue an impressive winner first time out. Jepsen just missed out from the start. Eric Riss and Matt Sainofsky 5-1 in their opening heat by a determined ride from Paco Castagna and Tobias Mischlek. And that's the issue, isn't it? A slow start cost Birmingham this morning. Well, the early meeting, as it's often referred to as the morning one. I'm used to saying that because Belle Vue and Wolves used to race at midday, and it was always referred to as the morning meeting. The early meeting, Birmingham just started too slowly.
100%, but certainly turned it around for today, or this evening's meeting as it is.
And there is, we will have a quick chin wag after, but there might be another watch along this week. We're spoiling these people, Palmer.
Another one, so tape's about to rise there for heat number 5. It's a beautiful gate there from the right off the inside gate there. Eric Riss, the 2 Birmingham boys packing there in second and third. Magic Yoski at the back, but Keenan Rue looking to come round the outside of Eric Riss. A great ride here from Keenan Rue as he's blasted his way round the outside of Eric Riss. A great move there from Keenan Rue. And Jonas Jefferson keeping Matsi and Oski at bay. To be fair to him, the Brummies are going to extend their lead to 6, I want to say, barring any form of mechanical failure for Eric Riss. Janowski doesn't look anywhere near like challenging at the current point of time, so Birmingham Brummies fans really have something to get excited about here tonight as Eric Riss looks to close the gap on Keenan Rue, but Keenan's just holding the right lines here to be at the right time. Risk is trying all he can, but it's not going to be any avail, I don't think, as Keenan Rue takes his second win of the meeting.
That was a brilliant ride. He missed the gate. There's definitely a second line on the track tonight, and so it's proving Paco out there to congratulate Keenan and coming out for his ride. Good gate from the Spires pet. Well, one of the two. Keenan put his wheel in the dirt and it just launched him round. Janowski found absolutely nothing down on the inside. Brave move from Rue. He had to hope that there was a bit of material to pull him ahead, and there was. And this is the best I've seen the Birmingham track this year, to be honest. There's 2 lines, there's an inside one, there's a mid-track to wide one as well. So, yeah, the result of heat number 5 was a win for the rider in blue, Keenan Rue. Second in yellow, Eric Riss, and third in red, Jonas Jepsen. 5-1 to 4-2 to Birmingham even. Progressive scores now. 59 points to 61 in Oxford's favour, so that gap on the for the aggregate point comes down again. But crucially, Oxford now find themselves in tactical territory.
Come on, Birmingham, let's go 10-8. We'll get that magic number twice.
Although Rowan Tungate, no points from his first one. Matt Sainofsky 1 from 2. Eric Riss 2 from 2. Charles Wright and Peter Kilderman out now.
Eric, Janowski's only on 1 rush.
1 point from 2 rides in it.
Yeah.
There's no one really to throw in as tactical yet. You may as well hold on to it a little bit. The lineup of heat number 6 going off the inside gate in red for the Brummies, Tobias Mischlek. Gate 2 in white for the Spires is Rowan Tungate. Gate 3 in blue for the Brummies, Paco Castagna. And off the outside in yellow, an impressive winner of heat number 2, Craig Cook.
That it was. Apologies again during the last race if you heard my phone ring. My dad wants to ring me, but I'm very, very busy, so she can wait. But yeah, a decent looking heat number 6 coming up.
And Rowan Tungate was penalised from a bad start in Heat 4 and found himself stuck behind his teammate, so he'll be hoping to make a trap. Toby never made the best of gates. Paco made a good gate in the first one. So we'll see how this one
Paco
goes.
was brilliant in Heat 1.
Paco was very good in Heat 1. Will he be the same as the lines moving out? Are the inside's going a little bit more slick? Guess we'll soon find out. Craig Cook was impressive as well, so this could go either way.
100%. Mine don't start using emojis in the text messages now. That's quite scary. That match on trying to get Tobias Musilak into shape as he walks away for heat number 6 as the tapes rise just like that. It's a decent gate there from Tobias Musilak, an even better one from Craig Cook of all riders, and Cook is the rider that's about to have the lead then as the Oxford Spires get themselves on a 4-2. And what can Tobias Musilak do as Musilak holds the inside line, but Rowan Tungate's looking to come round the outside, and Paco, who had a brilliant first heat, has gone literally from hero to zero at the minute, unless something drastic happens in this one. But the big battle's more for second and third, as Musilak's just holding off the challenge of Rowan Tungate at the current point of time. But it turns out if you've got gate number 4, you've got a bit of an advantage at the current point of time, as that was a beautiful gate there from Craig Cook. And Tobias Musilak, try as much as he can, he's not even closing in the gap on Craig Cook. If anything, Craig's extending his lead, and fair play to Craig Cook. That was a cracking race from him.
It was, and he's a trump card to have at reserve when his head's in the game as well. It's unbeaten from 2 rides so far. Paco, as you said in real time there, went literally from hero to zero. But at that closes the tactical opportunity. Cookie made a blind out. I thought Paco and Tobias had got there, but Cookie just stuck his wheel in the dirt. Tobias went too narrow in the first lap. That probably ended any chance he had. The lines just moved off the inside now, as Paco and Toby have just found out.
Yeah, 100%.
So the result of heat number 6 was a win for the rider in yellow, Craig Cook. Second in red, Tobias Musilak. And third in white, Rowan Tungate. 4-2 to Oxford. That time makes the aggregate score now 61 points to 65 and 20 points to 16 on the night. Long wait for Daniel Hume from being excluded in Heat 2 to next being out in Heat 7 now.
He only did about half a lap in Heat 2, did he?
Yeah, he looked solid enough in that half a lap he did, but it's a long old wait, isn't it? And just got to hope that don't make him not go for a gap that was there if he gets the opportunity this time. And he finds himself off 4, and he's a decent trapper, to be honest. So this could be an interesting one.
Gate.
Full lineup of Heat 7 going off the inside gate in white. Charles Wright, gate 2 in red is Michael Jepsen Jensen. Gate 3 in yellow, Peter Kildemand, and off the outside in blue, Daniel Hume. Daniel was solid enough earlier on. He'll be hoping to put in a good performance for his home debut though, won't he? So that was the worst possible start.
And this one's sponsored by Lyrical Communication.
I'd imagine that's something to do with a bit of singing.
Well, you'd imagine so. Mr. Wheeler's in the chat.
Boy.
Good evening. Good evening to you there, Mr. Wheeler, who says, "Evening, gents. Cook is a steal at reserves until he becomes a heat leader, and then we'll see the real Cookie."
It's probably right, but then you see probably Peter Kilderman drop to reserve if Cookie moves up, and that ain't a bad reserve to have either.
Not unless Peter Shrek decides to end his Oxford career beforehand.
I don't know what the issue is with. What's the issue with Michael Jepsen Jensen? He's unimpressed with something.
Nobody knows in Speedway nowadays. Anyway, the tapes rise for heat number 7. Away we go, and it's a very even start between the first 3, but it is Michael Jepsen Jensen that gets that lead then with the 2 Spires boys in second, with Daniel Hume there, or Bob as is effectively known, in third place, with Bob really trying the outside line now, and he's trying to close in on the 2 Oxford Spires riders here. One mistake for either of the Oxford guys, and Daniel Hume will be through. So it's not for a lack of effort that Daniel's at the back here. He just didn't really gate very well. One man that did gate very well, though, that's Michael Jepson Jensen, who's out in front. He's been followed by Peter Kilderman in the second place, with Charles Wright again settling there in the third place. This looks like a very settled 3-3 now, as Michael Jepson Jensen looks really, really classy out there in front. And he's about 2 miles ahead now. He can go check out, he can get himself a burger and a hot dog. And yeah, Michael Jepson Jensen picks up his second win of the afternoon. Well, the evening, sorry.
Brilliant ride that. It was so far clear. And he's going back to the pits. The track looks set up for the heat leaders tonight. They're performing really well. He made a beautiful gate. He never not dropped the clutch exactly right, but he just dragged him. And as soon as he got his wheel in that dirt, there was nobody catching him. Daniel was there early on. Went too wide here on 3 and 4. There's an outside line, but it's not that wide. And that was pretty much the end of his race. But Jepson Jensen was absolutely miles clear. And the result of heat number 7 was a win for the rider in red, Michael Jepson Jensen. Second in yellow, Peter Kilderman. And third in white, Charles Wright. 3 apiece makes it 23 points to 19 and 64 points to 68 on aggregate. Palmer, is there any updates from the Steelers meeting yet?
I shall have a look now for you. Let me have a butcher's. Nothing on Speedway updates. Anything on the BSN? And nothing on BSN at the current point of time. So it probably hasn't started yet, because they was advertising a 8:15 start time for that meeting. So
And with that,
yeah,
I think we'll take a quick couple of moments.
that's a very good idea. Right, I'll ring this grave dodger up.
Hello.
Now then, it's only me.
Hello.
Hello? Hello? Oh, I can't do this all day. 10, 9.
Hello? Hello?
This is what a phone call with Nana June is like. Let's try again. Come on, you fucking fat slag. Answer the phone.
Hello? Hello?
She's not even answering now.
Just see if she rang it again and went, nope.
She's probably thinking, how much fucking money does this cunt want now?
She phoned you?
She did, but I phoned her back just now. She's not answering me. What a bitch. Voicemail. She left me a voicemail now.
Don't leave her a voicemail.
Oh, nah, fuck her. It's not worth the time of day. If she needs me again, she'll ring me back up. She'll probably ring my auntie now.
And then your auntie will say, phone your nan.
Fuck off, I'm busy. That was very posh county, Squire.
It was.
So yeah, we're back. We're back on. We're still live. There's no update from the Steelers meeting versus Belle Vue, which is always nice. So yeah, they're just doing a bit of track grading on the Perry Barr circuit, and it looks like there's a big group of people on the centre green there. I wonder if they've been led by a certain weirdo that we
No,
like to call Elliot.
different thing. This is these pay for the VIP box ticket where they get to watch the meeting from the VIP box, get priority parking, pits visit during the meeting, centre green visit for like £30 or something, 33, 35. It was something like that. It's not a bad deal, to be honest. And
Do you have to book that sort of like in advance, then, or can you book that on the day online?
Lawrence is your man to ask for that.
If I end up coming to Birmingham versus Ipswich in a couple of weeks, I'll give a message.
And the Water Bears has been out. Birmingham would be winning the night I'm away and can't make it, wouldn't they? I ain't saw Birmingham lead a meeting yet this season when I've been there. Riders are coming out for heat number 8.
My programme says number 8, yeah?
Yeah, the top of the screen says number 8 too, thankfully.
So it does.
It's always a start. This is the 2 number 2s
Always
versus the 2 rising stars. You obviously can't pull your rising star from this race. The lineup for heat number 8 as soon as this camera takes off. There we go. Going off the inside gate in yellow for the Spires, Luke Killeen. Gate 2 in blue for the Brummies, Jason Edwards. Gate 3 in white for the Spires is Eric Riss. And off the outside in red is Paco Castagna. I hope my man turns that flashing yellow light off on that tractor. How many times have we seen riders see a light flashing and think it's...
I hope the rider in yellow thinks it's the yellow exclusion light.
It just seen that the light was on and he's turned the tractor off now, but how can you
What a boy.
How can you not notice a yellow flashing light when you stood right next to it? Luke Killeen was impressive in Heat 2 over Jace. Jace got one back over him in Heat 4 with a smart gate. Paco's off arguably the favoured Gate 4 at the moment. Eric Riss looked better last time out though as well.
That he did. So,
Killeen's going shoulder to shoulder with Jace. Star Marshall's happy with it.
that much looks okay with it, so he's about to walk away. Just like that, he does. Jace rolled a little bit there and he's certainly gained himself a little bit of an advantage, but it's Eric Riss that currently has the lead with Jason Edwards following there very closely in the second place, but now Eric's got some fresh air and I'm sure he's going to look to extend his lead. The 2 Brummies boys are settling there in second and third position, although Luke Colleen's looking to come up the inside of the rider in red, which is Paco Castagna, to no avail. But I think this will just stay as it is now. There's no point in the 2 Birmingham boys trying to go after Eric. They just stay second and third just like that and keep Luke Colleen at the rear of the field, which is certainly what's happening at the current point of time. Eric Riss is an absolute class in this one. He's winning this by an absolute country mile. He's checked out. He's gone. He could go to the Travelodge up the road, raid the vending machine, and come back and still win this race. Is that far in front as he comes from 3 and 4. But I believe it's the final time, and he wins that one at a canter.
But as expected, I think it's fair to say there for Eric Riss. He made a good gate. Jace was still. Paco made a bad gate. He's gone backwards. He wins Heat 1. Brilliant. He ain't done a fat lot since though, has he?
He's not been great. But yeah. Every point counts.
Result of heat number 8 was a win for the rider in white, Eric Riss, second in blue, Jason Edwards, and third in red, Paco Castagna. Points divided 3 apiece, 22 points to 26 on the night, and 67-71 on aggregate in Oxford's favour.
Oh,
2 minutes straight on for Heat 8, Heat 9 as well.
was that an air dryer there, sir?
No, my inhaler.
Ah, fair enough. I do
I
apologise.
needed an extra puff of air.
Did you say an extra puff? We've got Alan with us, Mush.
Seem to be having little moments of coughs every now and again. I thought I'd got rid of this this cough after nearly 4 weeks of it.
A long time that, the old China.
It is, isn't it? The lineup of Heat number 9, the 2 unbeaten riders go head to head here. Keenan Rue off gate number 2 and Craig Cook off gate number 3. Full lineup going off the inside gate in white for the Spires. Rowan Tungate, gate 2 in blue for the Brummies. Keenan Rue, gate 3 in yellow for the Spires is Craig Cook, and off the outside in red, Jonas Jepsen.
Yeah, Heat 9, here we are. It's hard to believe we're in the second half of the second meeting of our double header.
I'm knackered after just doing 2 of these. God knows how these feel riding in 2 meetings plus the travel.
Oh. At least there's no more premiership meetings now till next Monday.
There ain't none next Monday, British
No, there
final.
isn't, because next Monday's the British final, isn't it? There's no
It
premiership meetings now till a week on Thursday.
It's a long old premiership break.
And these riders are probably going to need a break after today, especially these teams in Birmingham and Sheffield and Belle Vue, sorry. So start Marshall walks away for Heat number 9. Tape's about to rise. It's a fairly even start there, but it's the Oxford Spires boys that gets away in the front 2 positions now. What can Jonas Jepsen do? He goes really wide. Keenan Rue looking to come up the inside. Craig Cook has the lead then, but with not Magic Nocky Road Tuggate's got both the Birmingham boys on his rear end, and Jonas Jepsen using the outside running. It's not really working very well. Keenan Rue's now at the back, and Jepsen's there settling in the third place position. And if this carries on, it's going to be a 5-1 to the Oxford Spires, and the scores will become level again on the night. But Jonas Jepsen just needs to, on bends 1 and 2, he just needs to keep it more suited towards the inside, and he'll have a better run on the rider in white, which is Rowan Tungate. But instead of listening to me, he just goes wider, and he's not doing himself any favours here. But Craig Cook, he's going to maintain his unbeaten run, and I believe it's all level again.
It is. Oxford boys just made the better gate there. Jepsen trying to have a little bit of a ding-dong, trying to bully his way past... Tungate trying to bully his way past Jepsen. That's not a good idea. Jepsen will chin him. Ryan Tungate's a prick and everybody knows it.
Yeah, justice for Josh Hawley. We're nearing the 10-year anniversary of that as well. That's mad. Well, I've got a little minute. Update from Sheffield. The Steelers have won the toss and we take gates 1 and 3 in Heat number 1.
Result of Heat number 9 was a win for the rider in yellow, Craig Cook, second in white, Ryan Tungate, and third in red, Jonas Jepsen. 5-1 to Oxford, ties us up on the night at 27-all. Progressively 68 to Birmingham, 76 to Oxford. And I'll stand by my previous statement, Rowan Tungate is a prick.
Yes, he is. He's a cactus.
Paco and Tobias Muslek out here against Peter Kilderman and Charles Wright. Peter Kilderman's looked impressive, to be honest. Not winning races, but he's been consistent.
Tobias Muslek's had an improved day so far.
Hit number 10 going off the inside gate in yellow for Oxford. Peter Kilderman. Gate 2 in blue, Paco Castagna. Gate 3 in white is Charles Wright. And off the outside in red, Tobias Muslek.
That it is.
Charles Wright's been unusually subdued so far.
He's not been his normal self. He's settled in third places for 3 threes with his pal Peter. And Star Marshal starting to bring the riders in. First Star Marshal walks away for heat number 10. Tapes rise away we go. I think the rider in white there had a bit of a nibble, but it's Paco Castagna that's got the lead now as Musilac tries to go up the inside there of Charles Wright. Now them two are neck and neck, and Wright's just got the lead over Tobias Musilac, and Musilac needs to put a big challenge in now as Paco Castagna is going from hero to zero to hero again as he's fending off these two Oxford boys here with Tobias Musilac not really showing any challenge whatsoever. To be quite honest with you. So Paco currently the hero for the Birmingham Brummies. Peter Coulterman's there in the second place position, and Charles Wright in third. Paco's now he's pulling away from the two Oxford Spires, so hopefully everything will be okay for Paco, and this meeting will carry on all equal. Tobias Musilac started to put a bit more of a challenge in on Charles Wright, but is it one lap too late? I think it may be, as Paco Castagna takes his second win of the evening.
Tobias Musilac twitched at the start then, but punished himself. Paco made a blinder. I thought the reds might come on. It was Tobias that moved, not Reiter.
My bad. We'll still blame Wrighty because he rides for Oxford.
Brilliant gate from Paco. Toby went for the cutback but just couldn't find his way through. Went mid-track where that holiday destination Wheelock is, that old no man's land. And just as you say, Tobias is doing decent, he goes back to being not decent. The result of Heat 10 was a win for the rider in blue, Paco Castagna. Second in yellow, Peter Kilderman, and third in white, Charles Wright. Tobias Musilac finished at the back, 30 points apiece. The aggregate score now 71 to the Brummies, 79 to Oxford, with heat number 11 on its way. Eric Wiss was impressive last time out, but Magic Janowski's not done a fat lot in this meeting yet.
Not yet.
And I think
Still
I'm right
time.
in saying they're against Jepsen, Jensen and Hugh.
You would be correct.
Jepsen Jensen's looked absolutely fantastic in this meeting.
He has.
I wouldn't be
He's been
surprised to
brilliant.
see Craig Cook coming here for Magic. I know that's a bold call, but it would not surprise me the slightest. When he gets out in front, he's quick, and Magic's not looked impressive.
That would be a sensible decision, but we're talking about Peter Shrek here.
And Magic's here. Full lineup of Heat 11 going off the inside gate in red. Michael Jepsen Jensen, gate 2 in white, Matt Sajanovski, gate 3 in blue is Daniel Hume, and off the outside in yellow, Eric Wiss. That exclusion, wrongfully so again in Heat 2, has really upset Daniel's evening, and he's not really got it back together since then.
No, he hasn't. But it's definitely disappointing for Daniel. But just one of them evenings. He had a solid enough meeting during the day. But
if Birmingham lose this meeting as well, that solid enough meeting earlier on means absolutely nothing, though, does it?
Well, no, it would. If they lose it by 2 points, you could arguably say that's Gary Allen's
Chris is getting moved over. I don't know what he thought he was going to achieve there. He was basically in gate 3.
Rightfully so.
Absolutely no chance the start marshal was letting him get away with that. Start marshal there wearing a Paris International Wolves hat.
What a boy.
Keeping the
That
Wolves
last
name
trying
alive.
to bring them into order. Bob's all but ready to go. So here we go. Heat number 11. Matt Marshall walks away, and the Tates rise. Looks like that. Away we go. To a very good start there for the Oxford Spires boys that lead currently on a 5-1. Now, what can Jepson Jensen do? And what can Daniel Hume do at the minute? Not a lot, as the Spires are currently leading on a 5-1 hit advantage. Jepson Jensen looking to come up the inside there with Eric Riss. Has he done it? Not quite. But Jepson Jensen looking to come up the inside to Eric Riss again. Eric not leaving much racing room there. So Jepson Jensen's now trying to force his way round the outside there. Now what can he do? He's a lot closer to Eric Riss now. And Jepson Jensen's gone back to the inside here. It's not really working out for him, and the Spires are going to take a lead here. And this is not what the Birmingham fans wanted after a very, very positive first half of the meeting. But Jepson Jensen's certainly not giving up at the back, although the Spires are just riding the right lines at the minute, and they're certainly going to take the spoils here in heat number 11. And for Birmingham, that was a very disappointing heat.
Yeah. The track grade after heat 7 doesn't seem to have helped Birmingham. They've been a little bit poo since then. Jepson Jensen made a really bad start. Daniel Hume made a bad start, and that was all she wrote. That was from the gate. There's a blue groove already. But it's not good enough. It's just not good enough, this. And Birmingham are making a poor Oxford team look very good. Heat number 11, it was a win for the rider in white, Matt Sainovsky, second in yellow, Eric Riss, and third in red, Michael Jepson Jensen. 5-1 to Oxford makes progressive scores 31 points to 35, and the aggregate 72 points to 84. And I think there's an interval at Birmingham after heat 11, and the tractors are coming out, so...
While the tractors come out, I've got a little update from Sheffield. Steelers 3, Belle Vue 3, William Cairns smashing heat 1 with Nathan Ablett and Luke Harris fitting in the second and third positions with Jack Lamount coming at the back.
Shall we take a quick 5 minutes while these do?
Let's take 5 minutes. Hello, we're back on. So that's very nice for you all. You can hear our voices again. I've got an update from Sheffield for the National League meeting. Steelers on 9 points. Belle Vue Colts also on 9 points. The Colts have had 3 heat wins and 3 last places, as the Steelers have had all seconds and thirds at the current point of time.
Oh.
So a little bit of news for you there, the old fruit, if you so wanted it.
Oh, I did. I'm intrigued by this one. And the Riders are back out for Heat 12 now, with the interval having taken place. Birmingham need to come out firing from this. This was the point where Birmingham capitulated last week. They cannot do that tonight. They're already behind. There's been a lot of track work done. There's a fair amount of water gone down as well.
Jesus Christ, it's only happened.
What's happened?
He's only paid.
Oh my god. So, Heat number 12 at the tapes now. The lineup is as follows as soon as we find out who's in yellow. Is it supposed to be Cookie or Killeen?
Supposed to be Cook.
Cook will keep his place. I'd imagine Cook will take Killeen's place in 14 as well. I'll be honest, I don't see anything other than a heat advantage for Oxford. The lineup of Heat number 12, going off the inside gate in red for the Brummies, Jonas Jepsen. Gate 2 in yellow, Craig Cook, still unbeaten. Gate 3 in blue is Jason Edwards. A much improved evening for Jace tonight. And off the outside in white is Charles Wright.
Oh, bloody hell.
I'd imagine we'll see Jace in Heat 14 as well. Or is this one supposed to be Bob's?
You'd expect so. The Callum has actually sent me the funds, but it turns out they had a booking fee to it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if I've got enough in my other account to fund it. Let me just have a look.
Start Marshall pulling the riders up. It doesn't get any easier for Birmingham, this.
It doesn't. So Start Marshall then walks away for Heat number 12. Away we go. It's a very good start for the rider in yellow. That is Craig Cook and the Birmingham boys there sitting in second and third. With and Charles Wright coming at the rider in blue there, Jason Edwards, and the rider in red there. Just is it red or is it blue? I can't see. I've got too many things on my mind.
Jepsen's retired.
Jefferson's retired, so it's the 4-2 to the Oxford Spires, and Charles Wright, he's gaining on the rider here in the blue helmet colour, which is Jason Edwards. Craig Cook's going to go unbeaten, barring any form of mechanical failure, as yeah.
And that puts Birmingham in tactical territory, although they're not going to play one in 13.
No.
And it's a repeat of last week. They've bottled it again after the interval. Got up to a lead, 6 points clear, and it's just gone backwards again. And I'll stand by what I said earlier. It's just not good enough. Jepsen was rolling as well. So the result.
Keep rolling.
Undertaker, is that you? Heat number 12, the result was a win for the rider in yellow, Craig Cook, second in blue, Jason Edwards, and third in white, Charles Wright. Charles Wright's been consistent. That's the first non-paid second place he's had, but it's his third place.
Third place.
Progressive scores 33 to the Brummies, 39 to the Spires, and the progressive aggregate score is 74. 88. So it's 74 points to 88 in Oxford's favour. So barring a 5-1 to Birmingham in 13, Oxford will wrap up the Oxford wrap it up anyway with 3 heats to go. They only need a finisher in the last 2 to wrap up the aggregate score. Two finishes in the last 3 rides. So the bonus point goes to Oxford, and it's a lonely looking bottom of the table now for Birmingham, and they are still a rider short.
We're a rider short of a good team, yeah. What the bloody hell? I've got the funds in.
Massive Heat 13 this. And the full lineup of Heat 13 is as follows. Going off the inside gate in white for the Spires, Matt Sainovsky. Gate 2 in red for the Brummies, Tobias Muszlek. Gate 3 in yellow for the Spires, Ryan Tungate. And off the outside in blue for the Brummies, Michael Jensen. Jensen and Muszlek both poor-ish last time out. Jensen was on the wrong end of a 5-1, and Muszlek finished last with Paco winning. Janowski won his last one, and Tungate got a paid win in his last one, so it's looking a bit bleak for Birmingham, I think.
It's not looking brilliant, is it?
And this was a meeting Birmingham should have got at least 2 points at home. And barring a monumental bottle job, they're not going to get anything from a possible 5 for the day.
No.
And all of a sudden, that makes it a lonely bottom, and I just don't think anyone's going to turn up to watch a team that's miles at the bottom again. The Paco signing's done well at home, but the Hume one hasn't. The Hume one did well away, but the Paco one didn't. So it's not really changed a lot. I think Viewlas would have scored more than Hume has tonight.
Yeah, 100%. So a big 8-13 coming up.
Tobias is not very happy at something.
Don't quite know what, but he's not happy. So, tapes rise then for heat number 13. I'll focus on the racing now. It's a decent start again for the Oxford boys, with Muszlek now coming up the inside there of Rowan Tungate to get the second place, and so was Michael Jensen. So it's turned an Oxford 5-1 into a 3-all now, and what can the rider yellow do is try to get around the outside here of Michael Jensen and Tobias Muszlek's looking to close the gap on Magic Janowski. This is all going to wrap up the aggregate bonus point, at least for the Oxford Spires, and I could see a couple of reserve changes coming in Heat 14, to be honest, but yeah, not great for Birmingham supporters, especially when they needed this win tonight, and have just absolutely let it go to get to them as we come round the final 2 bends for this race.
Awful. Absolutely shit. Glad I didn't fucking go now, to be honest. And the result of heat number 13 was a win for the rider in white, Matt Sainovsky. Second in red, Tobias Muszlek. And third in blue, Michael Jensen. Points divided 3-all. Makes the score on the night 36 to Birmingham, 42 to Oxford, and the aggregate score, Oxford wrap up the aggregate point with 77 points to 91. I'm almost certain that Tobias Muszlek will come in as a tactical in Heat 14 in place of Danny and Hume, but the meeting's all but gone. Anything other than a 5-1 to the Brummies in 14, and that is all she wrote.
100%.
I mean, for mine and Alan's fantasy league teams, Matt Sainovsky coming good has done us good.
Yeah, he's Janowski's gradually got better, which is nice.
I'm absolutely certain that that floodlight needs turning back, the one by the pits that's lighting up that pit area rather than the track.
Oh, 100%.
They did that last week in the interval and never switched it back, and you're going from light to dark. The refs giving time, so I'd imagine Muszlek's going to take a a tactical substitute ride in 14, but it's too late again, and it's just too little too late.
It is. It is.
And it's the same old SH1T.
Same old story, innit?
It's not good enough. It's just not good enough. They're carrying tonight. They've carried Jonas Shepson. He's had his worst home meeting. Daniel Hume failing to score, harshly excluded, but hasn't really looked on the pace anyway. Spires on 6-1 from 4 rides as well. That's not good enough.
It's not. It's not.
It's the same old story. Started really well. They just buckle at the second half of the meeting. It's been the case all season, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd imagine Oxford may leave Luke Killeen in this race, to be honest. I mean, other than 3-5-1 or 2-5-1s, they're gonna, at worst case, take a draw and a super heat, but you'd expect they've got too much strength. And this isn't a great Oxford team either, and Birmingham have made them look fantastic.
Brilliant, is it?
It's one of them. I'm glad I was away tonight rather than there.
Yeah. Well, they're having a minute. Shall we have a quick minute?
I think that is Craig Cook in yellow. Craig Cook's putting his maximum on the line here. To be fair, I'd imagine the 2 minutes will go on soon. The ref usually allows 2 minutes between heats for the next rider to get ready, so they'll be on shortly. Ian says, to be honest, Brum ain't good enough for the premiership. They had no choice. It was premiership or nothing. Mondays was the only day Birmingham could get, so it was premiership or nothing. Any updates from Sheffield, Palmer?
Oh, I'll have a look. Well,
2 minutes are on, but yeah, we'll have a quick glance over at Sheffield. Oh, sorry, the Steelers.
Steelers 17, Belle Vue 13. Luke Harrison won heat number 4, giving the Steelers their first win of the afternoon. Charlie Fletcher has withdrawn, or Harry Fletcher has withdrawn. But yeah, Steelers have a slight lead.
Keenan Roos in red. I'd imagine it's going to be Tobias Mischlek in blue. But Toby's issue is he cannot gate. He just can't get off the start. Birmingham may well get a 5-1 back here and send it to a last heat, but then you're probably gonna just give a little bit of false hope. Anything other than a 5-1 to Birmingham here and it's game over essentially. 4-2 makes it 40-44. Craig Cook is in yellow. 40-44, you need a 5-1 for a super heat, and I just don't see Birmingham getting it.
100%.
So Oxford can round out a very good day here. Tobias Mischlek does take a tactical substitute in blue off gate 1. Gate 2 in white is Peter Kilderman. Gate 3 in red is Keenan Root. And off the outside in yellow, the unbeaten Craig Cook. What a difference he's made.
Oh, it has. He's been very, very good.
He was
all day today,
I was
to be
say,
honest.
he was steady enough at home as well. And Oxford were proactive in their change and bringing Cookie in at reserve for this month. Birmingham were proactive in doing a 2-in, 2-out, but it's just not worked. Peter Kilderman's been steady, if not spectacular.
100%. So, start matchup for the penultimate time today walks away for heat number 14. The tapes rise away. We go. It's a very good start for that man again. Craig Cook, and it's the Brummies in second place and now last place as Keenan Roos now at the back with Peter Coleman in third. What can Tobias usually that do his closing in on Craig Cook here. These two used to be teammates a couple of years ago at Sheffield. See what Tobias could do is try to use the outside run now, and if anything, Craig Cook is gaining a lead on Tobias now. If anything, that was hairy and scary, but Peter Kilderman's all over the back of Tobias Muesliak. This is madness speedway coming on here in heat number 14, and this is definitely going to win the meeting for Birmingham, for Oxford, unless Keenan Roo can do something magical. And nobody's stopping this man, Craig Cook. Question mark is, should Birmingham have gone for Craig Cook going on this this showing?
Awful. Absolutely awful. Keenan Roo started well and he's gone to shit since. 2 wins followed by 2 last. How do you drop off that much? It's not good enough. It's just not good enough.
It's not good enough, is it?
And if Jepsen Jensen's article in the Polish media is to be believed, and he is to leave, I would not blame him in the slightest. Because this is shit. It's embarrassing for Birmingham, for the fans. It's not good enough. Hit 14, it was a win for the rider in yellow. Craig Cook, second in blue, Tobias Muesliak, and third in white, Peter Kilderman. A 4-2 to Oxford makes the progressive score with 1 to go. Birmingham 38, Oxford 46. The aggregate score 79 points to 95. Poor. Who's going in 15? It's going to be Muesliak and Jepsen Jensen for Birmingham. I could see Craig Cook coming out for a full 18 now.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me, to be honest.
And Matsayanovsky, it'll probably be Magic and Riss, but I wouldn't be against seeing Cookie go for a full 18. He's had some struggles this year, so he'd absolutely deserve that.
Cook's earned it more than anything.
Jason Edwards has been good, 7 and 1 from 4 rides, but Hume not scoring and Jepsen only getting 2, Keenan Roo dipping off, Tobias getting 8 and 1 from 5 with probably 1 to go. It's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. Magic's come good. Craig Cook's been fantastic. Peter Kilderman's been steady enough. Charles Wright had an off meeting. But with 1 to go, Oxford have wrapped up the win, and they're going to go from no points going into today to 5 points and firmly root Birmingham to the bottom of the table. And questions need to be asked of people, and I'd put the team manager in that conversation as well.
Definitely.
The track started off looking nice. Big Boy and John are out having a look at the track over there, but it's just not been good. Since that track grade after heat 7, it's got worse, and there's already people leaving.
There is. This isn't good. Birmingham need people to come and support the sport.
They're not going to come when you're struggling against a team which on paper isn't overly good. The best meeting Birmingham have had here came against Ipswich. Gave everybody just that little bit of hope, and against Leicester last week they were crap. Against Oxford this week they were crap. It's a good job there is a break now, but I do worry a little bit that this if he's in 15, I do worry this may be the last race we see Michael Jepsen Jensen in, because I wouldn't be surprised if he just said sod it, it's just not worth coming in for, not to keep getting smashed every week.
And it'd be very right to do so. You know, they all say the supporters vote with their feet, and they're not wrong.
They're not. Eric Riss goes in white. Is it going to be Magic in yellow or Cookie in yellow? Cookie's earned it. I hope he gets it. Look at
I
the
hope
blue
Craig
groove
Cook
as
gets
well.
it.
And how long do you bite your tongue before saying that it's not worth it, and it's just not happening? I don't have to pay to watch meetings, and I wouldn't pay to watch this team.
100%.
And the crowd looks pretty poor as well, considering it's a bank holiday. It's not a fantastic crowd in, to be fair. Virtual Speedway, that's where it's at.
Yeah.
Eric Riss has done well, started slowly, but he's been fantastic in his last two in particular. Just waiting for the other riders to come round. Eric Riss is the only one here at the moment. But Eric Riss is in white. We know that much. After this, we'll get a quick update from Palmer from Sheffield. We'll run through the final scores for this one, and then we'll announce what's coming up later this week. And then we'll conclude our busy bank holiday with a nice keep.
Yeah. Definitely.
And there's no rest for the wicked. I've got a bloody STS meeting tomorrow now. So straight from this into practice tomorrow, and then hopefully that's a bit closer than this sodding thing. I know how Winchester feels being a Plymouth fan now, to be honest. 2 minutes is on for 15. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? 2 minutes is on for 15. Eric Riss will have his shovel out in a minute. Eric Riss keeps digging that hole. He's going to get through to the base of the track. It's not that far down. Spires Mischleck's in blue with Daniel Hume's tyre. Michael Jepsen Jensen is in red and Peter Kildemand is in yellow. Is this a sign this could potentially be Peter Kildemand's last ride for Oxford?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either, and I wouldn't be surprised if Birmingham were on the blower to him. He's been solid tonight. So the full lineup of 15 going off gate 1 in white. Eric Riss. Gate 2 in red is Michael Jepsen Jensen. Gate 3 in yellow is Peter Kildemand. And off the outside in blue, Tobias Mischleck.
100%. Bringing the riders.
Dare I
Bringing
say,
the riders in now.
Could this be the last ride for Michael Jepsen Jensen as well?
Who knows?
Probably him.
So, the one last time tonight, and tapes right away. We go for 8:15, and just like that, just as I've lost the meeting, both the Birmingham boys shot out the gate and they're on a 5-1. This must be so frustrating for Birmingham fans when they bottle it in the second half of the meeting and then just seal it with a 5-1 in the last one. I'd be fuming if I was a Birmingham supporter. But Tobias Muszlak has the lead. Michael Jepsen Jensen's there in the second place position. That's all I can see on the screen. I can't tell you who's in third. It looks like the rider in yellow, so Peter Coldman's in third. No, Eric Riss has just passed him. So it's Eric Riss now in the Oxford boys are just racing each other. They're just swapping and changing from what I can see on the screen. But the two Birmingham boys there are out in front, just doing their thing, and they've got one lap left to go. And well, it certainly makes you ask some questions about Birmingham's riders, because this would be so frustrating if I was a Birmingham supporter.
I think Eric Riss took third from Kilderman then. We'll wait for that to come up on the screen, but it looked like Riss took third off Kilderman. Brilliant game from the Brummies too, and that was all she wrote. I'd like to have seen Craig Cook out for his maximum. I think he'd have got it, I'll be honest.
I wouldn't have been surprised, to be fair.
Peter Kilderman's broke down. It says on the screen Peter Kilderman's got third. The result anyway was a 5-1 to Birmingham, with Tobias Michaela taking the flag. Second in red, Mark Epson Jensen. Peter Kilderman gets third according to the Brummies stream, and Eric Riss at the back makes the final score 47 points to Oxford, 43 points to Birmingham, and the aggregate 84 points to Birmingham, 96 to Oxford. Where did I get 9 from?
I don't know.
Quick run down the Brummies scorers: Tobias Mischlek 11 plus 1, Paco Castani 7 plus 1, Jonas Jepsen 2, Keenan Roos 6, Morgan Jepsen Jensen 10 plus 1, Danny Newman failed to score, and Jason Edwards 7 plus 1. Do you want to run through the Oxford boys?
So for Oxford, Magic Yonoski got 7 and 1, Eric Riss 7 and 1. Sorry, Magic Yonoski just got 7 and 1 for Eric Riss, Charles Wright 4 and 3, Peter Coleman 8, Rowan Tungate for 3 plus 1, Craig Cook 15, and Luke Colleen 3 plus 1.
And that wraps us up for the evening.
That wraps us up for tonight.
Not a fantastic result for Birmingham at all. News for Alan is that Wolves have beaten Cowboys on STS. You got anything from Sheffield before we wrap up?
I'll have a very quick look while we've got 24 seconds. There we go. Still Steelers 17, Belle Vue 13. It sounds like the ambulance is on track for somebody.
Crikey.
So I can see that one getting called off and having to be rearranged. And if it is, I feel for everybody that's paid 30 quid to get into that one.
There'll be refunds issued for that part, won't there? There's got to be.
Oh, hold on. Steelers have had a 4-2, and it's now 20 points to 16.
Belle Vue will be hoping for a
rain.
a postponement then. I think the curfew is 10 o'clock at Sheffield, so they have got time to run it to Heat 10, but I do think it might be a Heat 10 and call it kind of a gig.
That's what I am expecting, to be fair, I can't lie.
So do you want to quickly announce what our plan is for Wednesday?
So, in between these two meetings, well, actually, it was partway through the first meeting, I got bored. So I thought I would buy Wednesday's pool stream because they've got Oxford. So we're going to do a Speedway goggle box to it. So we're pool versus Wednesday here on Shoot Some Shale with a Speedway goggle box kind of thing. It'll probably just be me and Dill for that one.
The end screen is now on the screen. Ignore that one because we never changed the end screen. It's still saying tonight's doubleheader is our next shot. And it's not.
It hasn't, because, to be honest, we didn't know what the next meeting was. And if we had known in the gap, I'd have altered the graphic. So that's my bad. But yeah, we'll be back from Speedway Speedway Gogglebox on Wednesday.
Do you want to wrap us up then after a nice busy bank holiday Monday, Palmer?
So thank you very, very much for everybody that joined us on this bank holiday Monday afternoon. I've been Dan, he's been Dylan, Alan's been with us as well. Thank you for joining us. See you on Wednesday.